Hello, everyone, and welcome to our webinar on Elevating University Success, How RWS Campus Supports Lecturers. My name is Augustina, and I'm a supply chain strategist working on RWS Campus activities at RWS. Joining me today are my two colleagues, Anna Maria Matefi, our Senior Customer Experience Representative, and Fiona Merwood, our Marketing Manager at RWS. We are excited to be here today to share insights into our campus program and its many benefits for lecturers. RWS Campus is our program of partnerships with universities around the world dedicated to nurturing future localization talent. We want to invest in growing the next generation of localization professionals. As the world's leading language service provider and developer of industry-preferred localization software, we are delighted to offer our professional expertise to universities, lecturers, and students. Our goal, as it says here, is to inspire great futures in localization and to be recognized in our industry for developing localization talent and markets worldwide. We are deeply passionate about the language industry, driven by our shared desire to enhance global communication and unlock global understanding. Our ultimate objective is to actively contribute to the localization community by facilitating and participating in the training of the future generation of talented professionals. We currently have more than 700 university partners working with us around the world, and we support universities in over 80 countries worldwide. While there are still opportunities for further expansion, we are delighted to have such a strong network of partners already collaborating with us. So, if you're not already a part of our community, we encourage you to join our team and be part of this exciting journey. As I previously mentioned, we believe that the next generation of localization specialists is key to supporting the direction of the language industry. This is why through RWS Campus, we want to bridge the gap between academia and the workplace and share our market insights and experience to better equip those interested in joining the localization industry. We achieve this through a mixture of workshops, training, and internships, as well as by providing Trados technology for teaching. And now a little bit about workshops, training, and internship opportunities we provide within our campus program. In this slide, you'll find examples of the activities we engage in with universities. We regularly share valuable insights, including information on current industry trends and a deep dive into key roles within the field, covering both linguistic and non-linguistic positions, thus supporting students to see potential career paths and opportunities available to them. In 2023, we held over 100 events in more than 30 countries and connected with over 2,000 students. We provide workshops where students can gain practical experience with industry standard tools like Trados Studio. We also provide workshops for localization services such as post-editing, testing, and project management. Additionally, we offer specialized sessions focusing on unique areas like transcreation, IP services, or localization tailored for the life sciences and marketing industries. We would like to point out that in our sessions and presentations, we're happy to cover other topics or roles related to the localization industry. Because what is really important to us is that the content we deliver is always tailored to meet the specific needs and interests of our university partners and their students. Within our program, we also offer student career advice, share tips on starting a career in localization, discuss what recruiters typically seek, and participate in university career days. Additionally, we collaborate with universities to enhance their curriculum development, offering consultancy and tailored guest lectures to support the alignment of teaching with the realities of the evolving industry. Lastly, we run internships both during and after degree programs across a number of roles, including translation, project management, and audio and visual localization. In 2023, we worked with more than 160 interns from our university partners across 26 countries, which equated to more than 100,000 hours of intern learning. These internships cover a wide range of skills to support overall employability and provide an in-depth understanding of what is involved in each role through on-the-job training. A key focus of internships at RWS is mentoring and feedback, and we strive to provide a deep insight into the localization industry to enable students to make informed decisions about their future career path. And with that, I'm now going to hand over to Ana Maria, who will take you through Trados technology for teaching.
Hello, thank you, Augustina. We will pass now to the technical part of our presentation, and we will see the following topics. What are the technical benefits of the RWS Campus program, and what are the main elements? How to use the program and where to get help? What is RWS community page for professors and students? What is Language Weaver and post-editing? What is Passolo and RWS App Store? What are the free trainings, e-learnings, and certification that we offer? What is Top Student Award? And the Q&A section. If you become an RWS Campus partner, we offer you the latest localization technology to teach students in the classroom. With this program, we provide university with our leading-edge cloud and desktop localization software in form of Trados Team and Trados Studio. As part of the campus program, members enjoy free trainings in our Trados software for both lecturers and students. Each year, professor can select 2 top-performing students for the Top Student Award. We award them with a free 1-year subscription for Trados Studio Freelance for personal use, along with a certificate and the Top Student Award community icon. Members of the campus programs also have access to Passolo, a specialized visualization tool developed to support the translation of user interfaces. All students and graduates for up to 1 year after graduating have access to special discounts on Trados Studio Freelance subscription. How to use the program and where to get help. All the steps on how to use the program and how to install and activate it can be found on the RWS Community Professors page. Each professor receives an invite to the RWS community page when the university is enrolled to the campus program. You know that the program offers 2 parts of the product, the cloud one and the desktop one. For the Trados Team Cloud part, you need to log in into Language Cloud platform where you will add your students. Each student will receive an invite via email. They will need to click on the link from the email and create an RWS account and follow the steps from the link. For the Trados desktop part, the professor needs to share with the students the download from the university RWS account and then activate the subscription. You have on the community page an article with screenshots for the steps to follow. So a short summary of useful links that you need for starting using the program are the rws.com is the page where you need to log in the university RWS account, where you will find the download and the desktop solution and Passolo. On the languagecloud.sdl.com, you will have the login for the new Trados Team account. On the community.rws.com, you have the login in the RWS Community Professors page. Our exclusive online RWS Campus community page provides guides and resources on how to get set up with the technology and develop a curriculum module. You also have access to the experiences of fellow lecturers who have already implemented the programs. On the community page, you have the software guides as we saw before. The first task to do, create the base structure for Trados Team, adding students, installing and licensing Trados Studio. You will also find there the tips section and the professor resources where you have all the information about the free e-learnings for professors and all about the Trados Academic Partner Program. There is also a section with technical information and a section where you can ask questions for our specialists. If you are part of the RWS Campus program, you will also have access to Language Weaver and post-editing. The academic program includes 60 million characters per year, 5 adaptive LPS, 50 users, and 50 dictionaries. You can also use the artificial intelligence through the plugin OpenAI Translator for Trado Studio 2022. For classes focusing mainly on localization, we offer you Pazzolo software. An important part of the program is also the RWS App Store, from where you can download and install applications to improve the translation process. For example, we have the app Glossary Converter, perfect for those with existing terminology glossaries, as it enables users to convert between multi-term bases and the other terminology formats by simple drag and drop, saving users time and effort. We can also mention the app World Server Packages that you will need to install if you want to translate this type of packages. The app PDF Assistant is also needed if you want to work with PDF documents. I will present you now the e-learnings and trainings for lecturers that we offer for free to the RWS Campus partners. We have Trado Studio 2022 Level 1 and the following e-learnings for Trado Studio 2022 Level 2. Alignment, maintaining translation memories, QA checker and term verification, segment fragments, using neural machine translation, reviewing translations, Pazzolo getting started. The last topic for today is the Top Student Award, a prize that we offer for 2 students each year. The prize contains a free 1-year subscription to Trado Studio Freelance. The students who will benefit from the prize will be chosen by the teachers according to the criteria chosen by them. The availability of the prize will be set in order to offer for each student to use it in limit of 3 years from the moment the prize was awarded. Thank you for your attention and participation. We will pass now to the QA section, so please feel free to ask us any question you may have.
So, hi everyone, just wanted to chip in and say this is the time for you to ask any questions. And I can actually either take your questions via the chat or via the, if you put your hand up, actually I could probably unmute you if you need to ask a question. So, okay, so I'm actually going to just try and share my web page. I've got a question just asking about the RWS Campus community. So let me just see if I can share this other page.
Hello. Hi.
So hi there, team.
Unfortunately, I cannot hear you. Hopefully, I can have this one solved. Just a second.
We can hear you, Anna. Can you see, what can you see currently? Can you see my screen, or are you seeing the webcams, everyone?
We can see your screen as well, Fiona.
Okay, cool. And you can hear me?
You can hear me. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I just wanted to, people are asking about the community pages. Have I got an echo? Is it just me that's got an echo?
I cannot hear an echo, so it's fine with me, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, there is a slight echo.
Okay, I don't know why that's happening. Cool. Okay, so just to say that this is the how to get to the RWS community. So if you go to partners and if you click on campus, then you get to the campus page, and this is a public area, but you do need to be logged in. And from here you can see there's quite a bit of information here. If you're a member of the RWS Campus and we've joined you to our community pages, you'll be able to see these areas at the bottom of the page. So one area for students and one area for professors. But for everyone, whether you're a member of the RWS Campus or not, you will be able to see this page, the forums page, where you can ask questions. So there's a general questions area or a chat area, and then there's one that's specific to our online conferences. And then there's also this videos page. So on the videos page, we have all of the presentations from our previous conferences. There's quite a lot of information here about various technologies and roles in localization. So this is from 2022. This is from the conference earlier this year. There's all sorts of very interesting presentations in there recorded, which might be useful for you, either professors, but also for students. And then about the technology, there's a couple of recorded sessions in here as well. And then if we just go back to the home page, just wanted to quickly look at these two specific areas. So this is if you're a member of the RWS Campus and you're a professor, then you can access this area here. And then you can see you've got some different possibilities for more detail on this page. So for example, you have your own forums area, but also we have the guides. So we have the software guides and curriculum guides. And as mentioned in the presentation, sort of experiences as well of other professors. And within the professor resources area, we have all the specifics about how to get some of the benefits like the e-learning, about the top student awards and so on. So there's quite a lot of information in here to help you and get you started. If we just go back to the guides, so for example, if we look at the software guides, just so that you get an idea of the types of things, it literally takes you step by step through what to do with getting started with the software. And then there's all sorts of other bits of information in here as well. So I just wanted to quickly show that because somebody asked about that.
And I would like to add a little something, if you don't mind, Fiona. Right now
Sure.
on this particular professors group, but also on the students group, if you join the professors group, you will also have access from there to the live chat actually. So if you are already part of the RWS campus, you have some questions and you want a quick answer, anything in there, yep, where Fiona is showing you right now, there is a live chat and you can talk to one of my colleagues and you would get an answer really quick. Or at least if they cannot help you, they can redirect you to the best department, to the best person that can help you really quickly.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks, Anna, because that's new functionality that we have on our site. So, and that's just for our member areas. So, quite right. It's not on the main page, but it is also available in the students page as well. So, yeah, thanks for reminding me about that. I can see somebody's got their hand up, so I'm going to unmute Suhaila. See if you can talk to us. Suhaila, do you have a question?
Yes, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hi. Yeah, it's really interesting. Thank you so much for letting us in, and for the invite. It's really inspiring. Yeah, I graduated in July this summer as a translator, and I don't know where to start. So yeah, and we covered Trados. I mean, we did two projects relying on Trados, but I really want, it's something really fascinating that I want to improve myself in. So yeah, I'm here because I don't know where to start and how to improve myself, especially with Trados. So yeah, I would really appreciate if you can guide me further as a graduate.
Okay, well, I might start actually. I'm going to share my screen again. Just start by suggesting that perhaps as you've already graduated, it might be helpful just to go to the Trados page. So if you go to trados.com, oh, it'd be helpful if I could type correctly. So if you go to our Trados website, there's quite a lot of information to help get you started. So what I would suggest is there's a couple of different places you can go. So if you go to freelance translators, and you want to find out more about Trados Studio, so what I would suggest is that you maybe have a little look around the website for some of the content that we can help you with. So there's a recording about what's new here, for example, in Trados Studio 2022. So if I just open that as a separate page, and you can go and you just need to fill in the form, and then you can review the recordings. Those sorts of things will help to give you some information. Also, what I would
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, also if you offer any, so what would you recommend for graduates, like any programs that I need to follow, to enhance my, I mean, to gain experience mainly, or maybe short internship. So yeah.
So a couple of things, apart from things like reviewing our recorded webinars where you can get lots of information, you can, have you done the Trados certification?
No.
Okay, so if we go to look at the training, so as part of what's available to you, basically if you're still in the program, then the certification is available to you. If you're starting your commercial career, you can still do a lot of learning online. So I would recommend that you look into getting Trados certification, because the certification gives you quite a lot of very structured learning. You have a whole presentation and literally loads of information about how to get started. There's little videos and a whole sort of book of, like a sort of online book of step by step how to learn to use the product. So I strongly recommend the certification.
Okay.
Perhaps we can share some links with you about that afterwards. And then if you go through the certification and you can get that, then that shows a professional level of competency using Trados Studio. Anna, did you want to add any comments about that?
Thank you.
So not good advice.
Sorry, cutting off, Anna. Sorry.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can now. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, perfect. So I wanted to say that Fiona actually gave you a really good advice. The first thing that I would recommend is to, because if you're still a student or a recent graduate, you can still get the free certification bundles. There are 3 levels, level 1, level 2, and level 3 for Trados Studio 2022. And these ones, when you get them, you get the following. You get the workbooks, you get, which are pretty much the manuals, and then you get some sample files to play with, and you have 3 online exam attempts that you need to pass. What you need to bear in mind is that when you start the exam, basically the exams take about 40-45 minutes and are 40 questions in 40 minutes, which means that once you started, you need to go ahead and finish it, because otherwise, if you close it, the test is going to be marked as failed. And once you have those certifications, what you can do is that add them to your CV, add them to your LinkedIn page. That will show that you have a good knowledge about Trados Studio. Also, in alternative, also additional to this one, maybe it would be a good idea to go and explore a bit the e-learning that we have free online for machine translation and post editing, because as far as I know, there is a new trend right now, and having some knowledge about that particular side would actually help you a lot. And once you feel confident about Trados Studio, then you can also go into the RWS careers page, and in there is a full listings, if I'm not wrong, of all the positions for translators and for internships that we have available. Yeah. And you can upload your CV in there and then pick the one that you are more interested in too. So this is pretty much what I would do. Now, I'm not sure if you still have access to Trados Studio from your university, but if you don't, just for you to know that for recent graduates, we have special prices for students in case you are considering purchasing Trados Studio. Or if not, an alternative, you can use the free trial of Trados Studio for 30 days. While you do your exams, it's not mandatory to have Trados Studio installed, but it is highly recommended, to be honest with you, because while doing the learning process, you can actually start reading the materials, seeing the videos, and then back and forth. You can also do on your own PC those exercises, which will help you enhance your ability to work Trados Studio. So hopefully I've answered your question, but I'll be honest with you, I know it's a lot of information right now, but if you want more details or anything in written, I would recommend to go on our trados.com website where Fiona showed you, and in there you're also going to find the live chat box, and you can chat with one of my colleagues as well to give you the links to the certifications, to give you the links to our careers page, so you can have it all in written and have it all saved on your inbox.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Anna and Fiona. Thank you. That was really helpful.
If I may add, as Fiona already mentioned, there's a lot of content available on our pages where you can find out more about the industry, about different roles and skills, and also hear from industry professionals. So you might find some useful tips on starting your career, or just find out more about certain skills needed for certain roles. We also organize the RWS Campus online event every year, where we share insights into the industry and where you can hear from the industry professionals themselves as they share their success stories, how they got into the industry as well. I believe Fiona shared a page where you can find the videos from previous online events, so that also may be useful if you want to enhance your skills and sort of improve on your knowledge about the industry as well.
Perfect. That's really helpful. Thank you so much, Augustina. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm now going to Selçuk. I'm going to unmute you, I think. Except you're muted, so I can't go to you at the moment. Mirella, you have a question?
Yes, please. It's a very basic question. Thank you, first of all, thank you for this very interesting and stimulating presentation. It's a very basic question. How do university apply to become member of the community? Sorry for asking that.
Not at all.
That's absolutely perfect question. So actually, you can just email us at education@rws.com, and we can basically, I'm going to just type that in as well while we're having this conversation. You can email us at education@rws.com, And we really just need to know what university you are from, your email address, your, all the details. And there is actually a form you can fill in as well. So I'll just go to that now. So if you go RWS.com campus, on this main page, if you scroll to the bottom, there's a form you can complete, and this is really all the information that we need to know. So your email address, your university name, your faculty name, if that's relevant, and your geographical address. And if you complete that information as well, we'll be able to get in touch with you. So either way, so either email us directly or fill in this form. And I'm going to put the URL again in the chat.
So I've already put the URL in the chat for the
Perfect.
joining.
Okay, thank you.
I hope that helps. Thanks, Marella, for your question.
You.
Yeah, just to add a little bit more to the process. Once you have filled the form, someone will contact you via email because we would also need to know exactly how many students you have enrolled. And once we have all the data confirmed, my colleagues will go ahead and they will create you an RWS account and will add the Trados Team solution plus Trados Team, Trados Studio professional subscriptions for your students. So this is why we need to know the exact number of students, if you can give us, if not, maybe an estimate, because even if, for example, during the course you have more students joining in your class, we can add on more users to your solution. And just to highlight, the solution is free, is provided free, as long as it is used for teaching purposes, so you don't have to pay anything. And additional to the free solution, you have all of the other benefits that my colleague Anna Maria Motefi presented earlier.
Thank you for the question. Dalia, did you have a question?
Yes, thank you. I just wanted to clarify the certification part of this whole bundle. So the students, they need to sign up in the form that's online, right, on the website. And you will know that they are my students and that they are okay to receive it for free, or do I need to do something in additional to that?
You don't need to do anything in additional. So
No.
basically, only the students from the universities that are partners with us in the RWS campus will have access to that particular link. So you don't have to do anything, just provide them the link. That's all.
Okay, and then when the time comes, they can do this the exam. So
correct.
And
from
will
the
I
moment
see their, sorry, will I see their results somehow?
No, unless they share it with you. So basically what happened is the following thing. When they make the request, the exams are, the entire materials and exams are deployed to their RWS account. So they will have to create an RWS account, but technically they should already have one if they are using the Trados solution provided via the RWS Campus program. So they would have added to their account. The certifications, I mean, the time frame from when they add it until they have to pass the exam, we don't put a time frame in there. It's up to you as the professor to tell them you need to pass this level 1 exam up until this stage. And once they pass the exam, from their RWS account, there is a specific link, like a certification that they need to share with you in order for you to see that they have passed the exam. So you cannot go into their account and see if they passed it, but they can send you proof that they passed the exam.
Okay, thank you. Is there something else that I should know about the certification? Because it's the first time I'm going to do this, so I'm a bit apprehensive.
So the only thing is that there are 3 levels, level 1, level 2, level 3. Level 1 is the basic one, level 2 is more hard, and level 3 is the hardest one, I would say, the most advanced. For you as a professor, what we can do is provide you those 3 certifications as well, so you can test them, see their level of difficulty, just for you to have an idea about how hard it is to pass that exam or how much knowledge you need to have. But other than that, no, nothing particularly. Just the fact that these are free given to the students. Normally, these will be on our website. There is a cost associated with those ones, but for your students, these will be free. The time frame in which they pass the exam is set up by you, that they can provide you with a proof that they passed the exam. And also, they have 3 attempts. They have 3 free attempts. If they fail all of those 3 free attempts, we can give them more, but only if you tell us to do so. So in here, it's just that we give the certification and you put on the rules. It's up to you. You decide.
Okay, thank you. And the last question, so where can I see those tests? Should I request it as students do, or is there a different
You can
process?
do that, or you can send us an email at education@rws.com and we can add them to your account.
Okay, thank you very much. Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks for your question, Dalia. So let me see if I can unmute this other person who had a hand up. No, don't seem to be able to unmute them. So I see Irina, you are self-muted, but if I can unmute you, you have a question? Okay. What I can do is try to unmute. Irina, are you able to speak?
Do you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
we hear you now.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Well, I've got a question just to clarify some point about the academic program. I'm a professor at a university. We train translators, interpreters, and would like to join that program. I've got the question is, you said about the number of students that you might ask after I've sent the form and so on. Does the number, well, sorry, the programs linked to the number of students, that is, every program is attached to a particular student, or some students can use this software from time to time, because not all of our students will work with Trados simultaneously, probably at different times. So we've got it about 60 students, but practically we might need about 20 copies, perhaps, if I understand it right. Is it possible, or what? How does it look like?
So from the technological point of view, you have the control of who uses it and to whom has access to Trados. So once you get logged in, you'll have access to a platform of Trados team. It is a cloud platform in which you add the users being your students. So you can request to have 60 and give access to all of them, or you can request to have like initially 40 or 30 and you give only access to 20 of them. Once you have added them as an user, basically you give them access to use Trados Studio and also the Trados team, the cloud version. Now, for how long they can use that one, it's up to you, because if you go into the platform and you delete the user, you cut them off the access. So again, this is something that it is purely on your control. So if you know for sure that you have like 20 students that must use it in the next period, we can start off with the 20, 30 users, and then we can add more users if you need more. So if during the class you'll see that you need, for example, 40 people using simultaneous Trados Studio and having Trados Studio assignments, then we can add more users. It's not a problem. But we can start with some. You can add those initial 30 or 20, and then we can increase from there. But to whom you give access and for how long, this is going to be purely on your control. And I think this is one of the good things with the solution that we provide, because the control on who uses it and for how long is given to the professors.
Thank you. So does it mean that I, as a professor, as a teacher, as an instructor, at a university can quite regularly switch, well, just assign the program and the access to one group of students, then in a week to another group of students, or something like that. Is it possible?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, you can
Thank
do
you
that.
very much. Yes, yeah,
You're
clear.
welcome.
Great.
Thank you for the question, because that's a really good question, and yeah, thanks for raising it. I'm going to unmute Cornelia. Do you have a question? But I think you might be self-muted. Not sure how to unmute you. I'm just trying to. I'm not able to unmute you, so I'm going to move on to Gail. No.
Yeah, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I have a question about the test that the students can take to check their level for the certification. And we have problem sending them the right procedure to take it. So could you maybe send us an email reminding us the procedure to take the test and where to find the good test or where to go to take the test? Because it seems
Yes,
that
certainly. Just email us. Sorry, Gail. Please email us at education@rws.com.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Selçuk, can you ask your question?
Thank you. Silly me, I just muted myself. I didn't recognize the little button, the microphone button.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you all very much for the very informative presentation. And actually, my questions were answered before professors asked the same questions. So just to clarify, those online licenses are what we call floating licenses.
They are in a way floating
Okay.
licenses, but they are not the specific floating licenses. Probably you're referring to the old solution of Trados Studio Network version. For this one, the activation and the licensing is done via the cloud. So what's the difference? The difference is that you would add a student to Trados team as a user. The student will receive an email and he will need to click on accept invitation. Then he will be redirected to a page where he needs to create his RWS account. And once this is done, he actually has access to Trados team. But after he installs Trados Studio, when he needs to activate it, instead of giving him a code, he will have the option to log in using his username and email that he set up when he set up his account. So
Okay,
basically,
lovely.
the activation is done via the cloud, in a way fairly similar to what you do, let's say, with Netflix, when you go in there into the application and you put just a username and a password. So it's that easy. So no longer codes, no longer worrying about to whom I give the code, how they deactivate and reactivate and stuff like that.
And we can constrain the access time via cloud as a teacher. Yes.
Yes,
For example,
in the sense that you can delete him once you don't want him to have any more access. You cannot set a date. He can use it up until, let's say, the 2nd of December, but you can have yourself a reminder, and on the 2nd of December, just delete the user, take the access from them.
Can I
Normally,
deactivate well, what we do is I also teach translation technology and work with several translation memory programs. What we do is we approach it as a project management system, the whole process, and we have time constraints in several projects. So we activate and deactivate certain students for various particular time period. So when the time ends, he just deactivates in the system. Can we do the same thing for Trados, or I have to teach other professors to do the adding and removing thing? I'm asking.
yes, I think you need to give access to other people to add and remove, but these are two different topics. So for example, if you want them to do certain projects, you can go into the Trados team platform and create a project and assign it to your students with a deadline. And then you would see if he met the deadline or not. But the project itself and the deadlines on the project are a separate matter from the access to Trados Studio. So again, if it's very important for you to allocate projects and for the students to complete those projects within a certain date, that yes, it is possible. But even after they complete it, or if they didn't complete it, they will still have access to Trados Studio to use it on their personal PC or on their laboratory PC if they want to. And if you want to prevent them from using it at all, because probably, I don't know, you failed them or you just, they're no longer part of your class, then you can remove the user and that's it. And you can do it yourself as the administrator of the platform, or you can give administrator rights to also other professors to do this. So in here you have a lot of flexibility.
Lovely. One last question. Does the program involve Pasolo? Because I'm teaching localization too, and would
Yes.
love to integrate Pasolo into curricula.
Yes, we offer also Pasolo.
Thank you.
So
Thank you very much.
if you need that one, you just need to let my colleagues know at education@rws.com how many seats you need. For Pasolo, there isn't a cloud version. So for Pasolo, there will be the old network licenses. So again, we need to know how many concurrent seats you need in order to be able to deploy the correct solution to your account.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you. Again, helpful questions. I'm going to try it again with Cornelia. Cornelia, I want to try and help you to speak, but you seem to be self-muted. I don't know if you're able to see a little microphone icon in the platform.
Now it's working, isn't it?
Yes,
Yes?
correct.
Finally, okay, thank you. I have two questions. You said that the access is for academic purposes. What about our students who are taking an internship and doing translations, well, for academic purposes in their perspective, but perhaps not for academic purposes when we're looking at the company where they're taking their internship?
So that is a very good question. If the internship is something mandatory comprised within the course,
yeah,
then
it's a master's with a final with one type of final work internship with report like anywhere else, I suppose. So from our perspective, it is academic, but the company might look at it in another way, because we know that there are companies who use interns also for real work.
Okay, so if a company uses an intern for real work, what they will ideally want, because the majority of companies will want to use their own licenses and their own licensing system, so they would provide them with a separate license in theory, because of purely of security reasons. Some companies do not want the students to use other Trados Studio from the faculty because purely because when they create cloud projects, then also the professors will have access to it, and some of the universities won't like that, honestly. They would really like to keep this confidential and secure. So this, again, it definitely depends on the companies, because the majority of the companies, they don't want them to use another cloud platform that is not linked to their business 100%.
Okay.
Now, in terms of if they have to engage with the university, with some companies, and some companies come to you and say, look, for this final exam, we have these translations, send them through your students. Once they have them back and we review them, we tell them if they're okay or not, then yes, they can still use this Trados solution via the RWS Campus, because anyway, it's part of the class, it's part of the academic program, so it's fine. But if they go ahead and they finalize the class class and they go into an internship, then no, they cannot use it. As long as it is part of the class, they can use it, with the caveat that some companies, if they take them as interns for 1 month or 2 months, they might not want them to use this solution at all. They might just give them their own license, temporary license, purely for security reasons. And they might force them as well to work on their own servers.
Yeah, if the companies do that, the problem doesn't even arise. Okay, thank you. I have just another short question. The program includes also neural machine translation, right? It's not necessary to buy any license for any provider.
No, you don't have to.
Okay.
So this program offers you also a plan. Our neural machine translation is the language weaver. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, the RWS language weaver. And we do provide you 50 million characters. We do provide you adaptive machine translation, 5 engines, if I'm not wrong. What my colleague presented earlier. So that one is free. But what you need to bear in mind is that those free characters are shared among all of your students. So if one student decides to translate a couple of books using machine translation, then might just use your entire characters quota. But yes, there is a free plan for you as an academic partner, which has all of the options for you to be able to test how machine translation works, for you to be able to create your own adaptive engines and use them for teaching purposes. And to be honest with you, the number of characters, as long as they are used for teaching purposes, they are more than enough. You might just not need more than that. But
Okay,
yes,
thank
and
you.
aside from this, there is also an online course which is free for everyone, students and professors, of post editing. There is e-learning free online, which also might be helpful if you are planning on teaching them the machine translation. Within both Trados Cloud and the Trados desktop version, you can also use other machine translation providers like DeepL, Google Translate, but those ones are third parties and you need to pay for those ones.
Right, right.
It's a really good question.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Cornelia, for your questions. Yeah, it's a really good point, and in fact,
if I may add, the course that Anna Loredana just mentioned, so the post-editing certification, is also a great way for graduates or those who are sort of nearing the end of their studies to improve on their skills. So it's one great resource for students who are starting their career in localization to gain an advantage.
Completely. Yes, a really good point. Thank you, and thanks very much for the questions, because it helps us to remember the things that actually we can tell you about so much as part of the program. So I really appreciate that. So I think we've hopefully covered everybody's questions, and we're kind of near the end of our time. So I'd just like to say a big thank you. We'll follow up after this with a recording of this session. And I will also try to include some of the links that we've talked about today for the trainings, the various trainings, and the links to the community and so on that we've discussed. And thanks so much for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you very much.